Hi guys, I am Rishabh Mittar and I served as the president for RoboKnights during the 2014 batch. RoboKnights has a very special place in my heart, and I think RoboKnights can is basically about three things. One is about the bonds that we form while working here. So people lose contact with a lot of even their classmates after 12th, after some years after they pass out. But I'm still in touch with a lot of folks whom I met in RoboKnights, seniors, juniors, or my colleagues. I think RoboKnights also has a very great alumnus. So, I mean, everyone is really ready to help out if anyone reaches out, says they're from RoboKnights. So, I think that is also a very great thing to have in life. The third thing is, I think RoboKnights is about learning. And when I say learning, it's not about the technical learning, robotics, and all. It's more about the learnings you get for life, which prepare you for what lies ahead after school, right? So I think RoboKnight has a very major part to play in shaping the personality of a member of the club, and it's all attributed to these learnings. So I come from a time where RoboKnights was not actually called as RoboKnights. We were known as the Robotics Club of DPS RK Puram, and every school's robotics club had their own name. Vasant Kunj had some name, Dwarka had some name, and we always used to come down and pester to Ajit sir that hey, why don't we have a name? Where do we call ourselves as robotics club? We should have a name, right? And also, why don't we organize competitions? We should organize competitions like other clubs, and not just be participating in them. And Ajit sir used to tell us a story that there was a club in 2001 which was called as RoboKnights in the school, and somehow it just got discontinued, and now we were just a robotics club, right? And we didn't used to organize competitions, just go and take part in them. So we always wanted to have that name to start organizing competitions, and Ajit sir always told us that, I mean, जो करना है तुम्हें ही करना है. So whatever has to be done by the students, and I think that's what the one first major learning that we had is that one needs to take action themselves, right? And people will only guide you, but at the end it is about taking that action and taking it to completion, right? So during our time, after a long time, we organized the first competition, which was an intra-school competition, not even an inter-school competition. And I still have this card over here which we printed. So this was printed in black and white, and we manually cut it. We manually did the cutting for this and distributed it across to the senior teachers and everyone whom we wanted to attend. And I also remember that during, I think, just 1 or 2 days before this, we had to get some permission from some senior teacher, and they refused to give the permission to have this event in the OAT. Why? Because they were afraid that having a RoboWars in the OAT would spoil the floor, right? And we again went back to Ajit sir saying that, hey, we want this permission. How do we do it, right? And again, so he that's the second thing which I always remember is he told us that you have to make do with what we have, right? We didn't have a lot of sponsors and everything that we create a floor or whatever, right? So we had to make do with whatever we had. So I remember the team, we went across the school looking for ideas how we could make the floor, how it could happen, and we found a pile of bricks lying in the football field. And manually, the team went 2 bricks at a time. We brought them to the OAT from the football field to actually make that floor, and then the event happened on top of that. So I think that's also a very important learning that in life you'll always have limited resources, but one has to make do with it, right? Uh, yeah. So another thing that I remember is that during one of my competitions, it was a obstacle course competition, and it was a very difficult obstacle course. So, I mean, till reaching the halfway to the course itself, our bot started getting dismantled. The motor was not performing. One of the motors was not performing. One of the wheels went array, and we were facing a lot of issues. And we had this breaks in between where we could take a break for 15 seconds, fix the bot, and put it back on some points penalty. So we were doing that, trying to get it to run, and in the middle, we just told sir that, hey, we should pull this out. We won't be able to make it till the end, and we'll just lose negative points. And he just said that, you know what, don't give up. We have to complete it and never give up. And we followed that. We kept doing it, and we actually came third in that competition. So even though there are a lot of competitions we won after that, where we got better positions, but I still remember that one profusely, just because of that learning that I had. And I also have its trophy right over here with me, just as a remembrance for that. Right? So I think RoboKnights has seen a lot of different times. One is this time definitely where we were printing in white cards in black and white, cutting them. Then we also have this where RoboKnights was organized with a lot of sponsors, and souvenirs were handed out. So I think the times go up and down, but what continues is the spirit and the learnings that the club has. So, all the best to everyone who's a part, and feel free to reach out to me if anyone wants any help, or they, I mean, just need to connect. Please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.